Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again. Today, I have a very interesting article. That's why I'm making this video. Otherwise, if I wouldn't think it's interesting, I would just pass it. So, this article claims certain things, and we're going to discuss them after we read some parts of this article. This article comes from The Telegraph from June 16, 2022. Russia has strategically lost Ukraine war, says UK's Armed Forces chief. So Russia has, I'm quoting, strategically lost, end quote, the war in Ukraine and now a more it and is now a more diminished power, both diplomatically and economically, than several months ago, the UK's Armed Forces chief said. In an interview published on Friday, Chief of Defence Staff Admiral Sir Tony Radakin said Vladimir Putin has lost 25% of Russia's land power to reap only tiny gains. He said while Russia may achieve tactical successes in the coming weeks, the idea that war has been a success was nonsense. End quote. And I'm quoting, President Putin has used about 25% of his army's power to gain a tiny amount of territory and 50,000 people either dead or injured, end quote, Admiral Radakin said. And I'm quoting again, it might be getting some tactical successes over the last few weeks, and those might continue for the next few weeks. But Russia is losing strategically. Okay, let's see. What strategy did it lose? Admiral Radkin said, I'm waiting for the evidence, right? He must know what he's talking about. Is right an admiral. Admiral Radakin said Russia could never occupy all of Ukraine as it was suffering heavy losses, running low on advanced missiles, and forced to the scorn of strengthening NATO. Has Russia ever, I'm not talking about, did any important person an unimportant person ever claimed that Ukraine will take all, that Russia will take all of Ukraine. And I'm talking about Putin, talking about Lavrov, Peskov, Zakharova, Shoigu, Volodin. What other names do you want me to spew here? If you have, and Peskov, my bad, I forgot Peskov. Peskov is a little bit gone. I don't want him in my team unless he's the mime, the joker of the court. Here it is. I've never heard anybody saying we're going to take all of Ukraine. I don't want, it implied, no, it was the West who implied that. Never the Russians. Never. And I don't use never, never, ever, but I have to right now. I personally haven't read one article with one statement coming from one of these guys who are the guys. I don't talk about a football team owner somewhere in Zaporozhye or who knows where in Moscow. I'm talking about these guys. I've never heard anyone saying we're going to take all Ukraine. It was never about conquering. What is this guy talking about? For him, this is very embarrassing because you have to be careful at details, not only in macro, in micro. And the details matter in this. If you say all Ukraine, or most of Ukraine, or none of Ukraine, there are two different meanings. All of Ukraine, 100%. Most of it between 51 and, 99. And no Ukraine, 0%. It's very clear, Admiral. That's the Admiral. I feel very confident now. I feel very confident that if Great Britain gets involved in a scuffle with another country, and we have this guy over there, well, send some airplanes there, or send some, send a few guys over there. How many? Some guys over there, some planes over there. When? I don't know, sometime during the week. Let's attack sometime next week. Is that how it goes? Okay. It has to be very exact and very detailed. So, Admiral Radakin, I'm repeating, said Russia could never occupy all of Ukraine. It was never about that, Radakin. I don't know what kind of, anyway. And I'm quoting again. This is a dreadful mistake by Russia. Russia will never take control of Ukraine. When you say of Ukraine, it means the whole country. Was there any statement regarding that? There were 4 statements, four reasons why these guys said that they will intervene in Ukraine. Remember those? None of them was taking control of Ukraine. None of them. None of them. But this guy lives, as I said, they make mistakes because they have ideologies. They can't look at things objectively. And in a war, you can't just an ideology and say, oh, we're not going to attack tomorrow because I don't like cloudy days, and tomorrow is a cloudy day. Screw tomorrow. We're not going to attack tomorrow. Even if it's a favorable position. We stop tomorrow, it's cloudy. Or we're not going to fight them. Why? Because they have long noses. Really? And I don't like people with long noses. They give me creepy, man. Really? That's how these guys are. Same is just, I don't know. So Russia has vulnerabilities because it's running out of people. It's running out of high-tech missiles. I don't know if it's running out because because I posted 2 videos where the same British intelligence said that was in April. Russia used most of its missiles. So I calculated how would be most of it. I said, let's say about 75% or 80%. And I calculated by mid-May, the Russians would be gone, would be done with all the missiles. Even if you calculate the production, limited because of the sanctions, missiles and rockets. And then it was another article, again from the UK intelligence, in, I think it was May. No, I think it was May, when they said it's done with the missiles, done with it's almost done. They're almost done with missiles. They don't have rockets anymore. They just use, I don't know, Second World War, I'm just kidding, rockets, Soviet era rockets. But they're almost done. I calculated, okay, based on what these guys are saying, almost done, that means I give them about 10 more percent, will be 2 more weeks. In 2 more weeks, nothing happened. We're right here mid-June, and again, nothing happened. So I was right, they were wrong. They were lying, what they were doing. Bad assessments? No, I should think that, oh, they run out of people. I don't believe you. I don't believe nothing what this guy says. And besides, how many people? Russia has a population of 145 million people. Do you think its army is about 50,000 people? As they're already injured and dead, according to the Ukrainians and you? See, these guys are jokers. And then run out of high-tech missiles. Maybe. They should have run out in May, remember? Or maybe are, but they still have other ones. But I don't believe what this guy says. Because they made mistakes. Or, not this guy in particular, but this guy uses terms without knowing what he's talking about. Control Ukraine, like the whole Ukraine, conquer all Ukraine, no, take all Ukraine. This guy talks in generalities. Well, details, Admiral, details. Details are killing us. This is going to be a long fight, and we're supporting Ukraine. Ukraine has shown how courageous it really is. Yeah, I agree with you. They're very courageous, but they will probably cease to exist as a nation because of you guys. No? No, okay. No, because of the Minsk agreements, right? Oh, no, because they were not implemented. Were not implemented? That would have prevented, I guess, my assessment, and I would keep that until the cows come home. Done with that. And then the overthrow of a democratically elected government in Kiev, 2014, right? With the help of foreign services, created the whole thing. Yeah, when there's not going to be any more Ukrainians, what are you going to do? Well, too bad. Let's focus on something else. Oh, it's a beautiful day tomorrow. Let's go in the park, honey. Do you think they would give up about? Nah, let's start over somewhere else. It's just, for some people, these kind of things are just games. There's profit, just like a video game, computer game. Unfortunate. So, Admiral, now, between you and me, or you and I, we're going to wait when this is going to be over, or we'll give him 2 more months. In 2 more months, we'll see who was right, me or this Radakin Admiral. And if he was right, I will apologize. if he was wrong, he will be fired, right? No, I will not apologize because I know I will be right. I'm 98% certain I will be right, and he's not gonna quit or be fired because that's the way the system works. Yeah, that's the way the system works. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.